This is my first game of Madden 26. I'm going to be talking about, some of the things that I've kind of learned. I've been literally in practice mode for a long time. I think over 12 hours today, and put a lot of my findings in our school community. If you're not a member of our school community yet, it's the best place to get better in Madden, and it's only $10. It gets you access to all of my offense and my defensive ebooks for both Madden and for college football. So if you want to get better at the game, the link is in the description to go sign up for that, where we really deep dive and explain kind of everything in tutorial fashion of how to actually do it. But anyways, that being said, just wanted to kind of talk about kind of day one Madden, and yeah, just share my thoughts, what I'm doing offensively, defensively, just kind of give you kind of an overview of things. So first and foremost, I think this game definitely has potential. There's not like an overpowered blitz. There's not even really an overpowered offense for the first time in forever. And I don't know. I kind of for the first time in a long time, I find myself like looking forward to actually labbing the game, which I haven't enjoyed labbing in a long time. And again, there's nothing like overpowered, but anyway, so I'm having fun, and I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people like this game a lot more than college football. Not to say that I mean, I didn't. I don't know how to word it. Like, I hate saying I don't like college football, but I guess it's like there's not a lot of other ways to put it. I just didn't like the casual side of college football where you can just throw the ball and at anything, and there's so many bugs, and I actually really liked college football 25 to a degree. Um, but yeah, anyway, so day one Madden thoughts, day one Madden tips. I'll drop some knowledge bits through this a little bit as well. The best stunt in the game, you're going to see me run it here pretty much every single play, is this Texas four-man stunt. This is a great day one defense. This is the dime 2-3. This is in our school community. This is out of the Patriots defense playbook. The Patriots playbook has a really good defensive playbook in my opinion. It also has a really good 2-4 single mug. But the simplicity of this Texas four man, as you see it just screaming here. The other thing that makes this defense really good is we're really basing everything out of match coverage, and they actually made match coverage pretty darn good. They really did. They made it pretty darn good. So you don't want to really, you don't want to touch anything necessarily in your coach adjustments for the zone drops. You want to just let it be. You're going to come out. You're going to run your stunt. Your stunt's going to get just enough pressure that it's going to kind of put them on a little bit of a timer, and you're going to be able to get stops. I mean, it's just a very simple defense. I like to spread my line with it a little bit more that we talk about, but there's a little bit more to it than just that. But it is just a simple daggone defense. It's very good, and you see it's hard to beat it. And yeah, get our stop. I'm in Chargers on offense. I think Chargers is very obviously the best offense in this game. The closer that I looked at some of the things, the closer that I looked at the routes, the more I looked at like what actually consistently beats man, the more that I gravitated to the Chargers offensive playbook. I think it's really good. It's really simple. You don't necessarily need a lot of plays, but you see right there, he goes man coverage first play. We get that nice slant out. And that is this is probably, like I said, I think that's one of the best plays in the game. If you guys didn't know, whenever you're looking for routes, because EA has done really a good job, as I botched the extra point. Really, one of the things that EA has done a really good job of is they've put a ton of really good hot routes in the game. And so while I wish that speed out was still on the outside receivers, the speed outs and the slots are also good. I think I must be like tap and hold or something. So I gotta get that figured out. My kicking settings didn't save, I guess, or in regs they push you over. But the routes that you really want to look for in terms of like what makes a playbook good, an offense good, you really want to look for short corner routes. Those are super effective, especially from compression sets. Short corner routes, you want to look for short posts, especially if you're in any kind of like normal half close or doubles or spread out set, like a trips tight end or anything. Those those like short posts are really valuable. You also want to look for cheat motions. It's probably the most important route because the cheat motion route can just obliterate most defenses. Really, defenses that aren't what I'm running. Like if you're running like mid blitz, cheat motion gives that a lot of issues. If you're running, really any nickel defense, cheat motion can give that a lot of issues because they took baseline out of the game. It really does change, you know, to like cheat motion was good before, but now it's like it's extremely effective. So, anyways, you want to be using plays that have the cheat motion, and specifically the cheat motion wheels is really what you're looking for. The other thing about this little defense here is this can stop the run pretty easily. And there you see it again. I mean, this is why I like this Texas 4-man. Like it's just simple. It doesn't like it's it's a really easy way to play defense, and you don't have to really like you're not really technically blitzing. You're just kind of stunting. He's got 4 strong to the left. Let's see here. He's gonna block that guy. There's a zig, and we're gonna swat that. Swats are still really good in this game. 4th and 20. Yeah, so far the defense has looked about as good as we could ask for. Really, I mean, short post, short corners. Probably should run cover 2 here. I think I'm actually watch me get dotted here. So cover 2 is really oh gosh, and they're all in middle thirds. Thank God he's in split close. That was almost really bad. One of the things I forgot to do in the dime, I forgot to change my package, but I did want to talk a little bit more about the route. So these stock fades on like flood, those are also routes you want to have. Like you want to have those routes. Those routes are super important. Those routes are super valuable. Hopefully he doesn't quit out here and he's out of here. Awesome. Well, we're gonna play our second game of Madden 26. All right, game number 2. We're gonna play the Eagles' little Super Bowl rematch, but this is at the Chiefs Stadium. And coach adjustments, ball carrier, conservative ball carrier is on here. Kind of interesting because they were supposed to take away conservative ball carrier. All right, so I'm going to tap and hold it. And hopefully, yeah, that works a little better. Perfect. All right. I hate that kick meter, by the way. I want to be on the classic Madden meter. I really hate the tap and hold thing. I think it's really dumb because it doesn't really register when you release the button, which is really the main issue. Okay, anyway, so back to defense. So one of the things that about this game is the best way to play defense, really regardless of whether there's a great blitz or not, is to um, is to play like switch stick to leverage switch stick. So match coverage is not necessarily completely optimized for switch stick, but there's some things about it like it effectively, especially if you play cover 4 quarters, it's a little bit more like a switch stick defense than you might think. Cover quarters, your underneath defenders are going to stay underneath, and your deep zones are going to be just simply matching deep routes. So if you get 4 verticals, really that just affects the safeties. So anyway, all right. So Texas 4-man. So I just spread my D line, and I kind of stand back here. You can normally shoot the run back here, good enough. We'll see if he does try to run. He is the Eagles, so you would think you would. This isn't perfect run defense, but it's okay. Did not look good there. They do have the they do have the ability to um, ID or untarget people in the run game, so that could be a part of the factor here. Another thing you could do on a dime 2-3 that I really like is you could pinch your D line and spread your backers. So your 2D tackles they kind of pinch in, but then your defensive ends get a little wider. So if they're ever running the ball, I think this is a pretty effective way. We'll see. Yeah, pretty effective ish. Kind of slow the run down. If we're just going to run the ball every play and that's what we're going to do, then what you want to do is you want to actually call your stunt off and kind of get ready to shoot it. Really, another good defense though is this 2-4 single mug. So here I'm gonna actually just try to shoot it. The best way to do this is just crash your D line out, and then we'll see if I can actually shoot it here. Yeah, there we go. A little better. Bolton was ridiculously slow getting through there. As far as the run game goes, though, in general, like the run game is cool. Like it's better than it was last year. It's better than it's really been. Oh, lovely flat route. That's where I should have probably gotten a little more aggressive there. But the run game is definitely better than it's been. I'm gonna go back to the stunt. We'll see if he keeps running the ball. I feel like I could totally shoot this run. I don't know why that left side is not shooting out like there we go. And there's that instant pressure, and that's why you run that Texas 4-man stunt, man. It's so easy, and it's cool, man. Like shout out to EA. Like we're one step closer to some type of play creator where we could just have like our adjustments. Like how nice would it be to have like your entire adjustments saved, and you just called like the setup. You know, I think that'd be so nice. But anyway, here. So like Trey open set, the guy you want to switch stick to is the safety on the left side. If you need to switch stick, I need to spread my line. Another thing that'll help these stunts is pass committing in obvious passing situations. And there we go. Get the good pressure. The other thing that you can do out of this, if you don't want to run match coverage, like let's say these long yardage situations, you can go into your cover 2. And what I like to do here is just put my user in a deep third, and then I'll actually back these clouds up like through the stem. And then I know that at the snap, I got to run my user back. And then from there, you'll see I'll switch stick onto this vert hook to look for like a crosser or a post. So there you see it. And hopefully he doesn't catch that. And he does catch that. Awesome. Shout out to Madden 26. This is probably the worst part of Madden 26 is the ags. If I had to, I had to put my finger on like one thing, I feel like it is. It's these one-on-one aggressive catching, really for just, like, that's one of the reasons why KOs are actually good for the game. Because if you don't have KOs, then they just need to make them not be able to catch stuff like that. Because you saw how the defender just like froze, he just didn't react. That's not like if the defender would have touched him, he probably drops it. Which I guess you could say, okay, well you got to click on to make a play, but sometimes it's like when you click on, the game kind of shames you even more. So it's just hard to know. Right here, I'm in a really bad way here. I'm gonna crash out. Try to shoot this run. Got hard flat. He throws right at a hard flat. It's all right. Played definitely good enough defense there though to get a stop, and we just didn't get one. And we're on to offense. Got to score. Can't get mad at it. You just got to keep playing through it. Of course, the special teams unit decided they wanted to hit him. But I'm excited for you to see offense. The offense is really good. The Chargers playbook is, I think, extremely effective in this game. And the main reason why is because it has the power routes, but it also has them in a format that I think is really conducive to bunch or to the formats. The formations complement one another really well. One of my favorite plays, and I think you could literally call this play a lot more than people called it last year, but it's this motion cross post. You just streak the solo receiver, stem this post down, and then you can have this right here. This play is just set up for success. I'll throw right at his user because I knew he was going to come off of it. Hit Brown in the seam, and I'm going to run this play a little bit. I'm going to kind of spam it. There's really two plays that I spam. It's that one, and it's corner strike. I feel like corner strike is probably the best play in the game. I just don't know for sure exactly how I would like to run it. I want this flat route to be better than it actually is. The flat route is cool, but it kind of gets in the way of the corner, in my opinion. Like I think what's better is to use the corner route and then use a running back table, and then on this backside maybe do something like that. But you see how that pulls like the flat defender, then the table kind of sits in the soft spot. Yeah, it's just a cool offense, man. Another cool way to run corner strike is, I mean, there's just so many things you can do. It's really just building around this corner route, but you're gonna use a tight end zig, and then you'll see here. Here he went cover two hard flat, so we're able to hit that C route. Great catch by Brown after some of the catches he had on his drive. What's also really nice about this little short corner, I think this is also going to be the best way to run it, is to um, use a like a regular corner and a short corner like this, kind of like the old school double corner, but you're stemming both all the way down, ridiculously down, and you can throw it right at hard flat defenders. You can literally throw it at anything. You can throw it at curl flats. You can throw it at hard flats. You can throw it at cloud flats. You can throw it at quarter. Like it doesn't. There's not a whole lot of zones that are going to be able to consistently stop it. I think I'm also going to try. I want to try the flipping. I haven't really tried that yet because this is taking a little while to. Definitely taking a little while to hot route this. You see, I mean that play is just lethal. And then for a red zone play, I'm gonna work on this little red zone play like a 2 point play. There's a lot of options in this playbook. Like they actually have a really good trips. But what I'm thinking is a simple one is I don't really want to do that though. I want to do like a curl. Block this guy. Kind of adjusting a little bit here. What I'm mainly looking for is the corner route. And you see how he gets that crazy separation against man? I think that's such a good play. It's better in game too. I feel like in practice mode, sometimes he just gets really, really bagged. But in game, I've noticed like it's just good to go. And by game, I mean like just testing it and like play now versus practice mode. Practice mode does it really does play different than game. It's not 100% different, but it's substantial enough to that you need to be testing things out and play now. I would say. So this 2-4 single mug, I haven't. I also love this defense. This is there's a lot of value in this defense. I'm gonna run this. This is a really good stunt defense. Yeah, really, really good stunt defense. They see how they're a little wider. Now the problem is this is a little worse against the run. So you gotta kind of be mindful of that. But this is really good against the pass because the stunt is gonna yell at him. Get that switch stick on the quarter flat. And Saquon is going to do Saquon things. Need to sub in my fast guys here. Chenal and Tranquil. Put Dana there. We'll leave Karlaftis out there. Now he is having to. All right, so you got a little trips look here on the right. See, I don't know how that's a completion. Like, I feel like first it should be an interception. And then secondly, I feel like it should be a KO. Like, but it's a completion. I'm going to pull my safeties down a little bit. There we go. Very nice. The other thing about this defense is it does a pretty good job against RPOs. I'm going to go ahead and put my safeties in the box a little more. Just pounding me with Saquon here. A little quick flat. That's for what I should do against like a trip set like that is Do like a middle third here. There we go, and there's the pressure, very nice. See if he takes the time out here. I think he is going to kind of changes how I want to play defense a little bit. I want to play a little bit more passive because he took that time out. So I think I'm going to do this. Man, that single mug is really good for the Texas stunt. Look how wide they are. And then watch them just loop through the gaps. So I got cover 2. I got this middle third. Kind of want this middle third over here. Very good pressure. And so far, the Texas stunt is stunting. Very nice. All right, so we got third and 19. So I'm just going to spread my D-line and put my middle linebacker in the deep third. I think cover 2 is really good. I just think it's a really good zone. Also like the vert hook. Can I vert hook that guy? Very good. Can't vert hook this guy. Back this guy out. We just need a tackle, and now we call a timeout. Very good. Surprised he went to that screen. So now he kind of has to probably go. I mean, he has to punt, but he's going to go for it. Okay. So we're going to go Tampa 2. Now this is where you protect the sticks. Very simple way. And then you pass commit. Everything is good to go. You really want to back this guy up a little bit more just to kind of help prevent some of those deep seam streaks. Really, we're just looking for seam streaks on both sides here. I'm going to shade inside. Maybe, yes. Yeah, shade inside here. And there you see the Texas stunt doing the Texas stunt does. And he's going to throw that and almost catch it. Actually, technically did catch it, but he was out of bounds. Very nice. All right, so we get the ball back. I want to go ahead and favorite corner strike, actually. Because this is my main base play. So we're going to stem this guy down. We're going to flip. Then we should corner route. And it still takes forever. Look how long this. Look at this delay. Golly. We'll probably block. There's a little drag, man. You always want to have a drag on the field. I feel like you always want to have a drag on the field, man. They're just such good routes. They just bail you out of so many issues. He's going to go cover 3 here. So we should have this corner route on the right. Actually played pretty good there. All right, so we're down to our last amount. It's actually probably a bad play call. I just get so in love with corner strike. But what I probably need to do here, 16 seconds. I don't know what the runoff is off the top of my head. I kind of got to be wise to that. So I am going to run dagger with a little drag. So I have good pass pro. And I need to get out of bounds. Very good. And then now, this is where I really like. I think I might even just quick snap this, but I really like the running back wheel with this corner route, and then honestly, I really like a streak. And then if I can, something like this, because you see how open that running back route can be down in these little soft spots. Gets in a really unique spot against the defense. And we're able to capitalize. And we're able to get a touchdown. We're going to run that same combo. I like how that wheel route, because the wheel route pulls a ton of zones. It pulls curl flats. It pulls yellow zones. It pulls deep zones. It does a really good job of kind of opening up little pockets for this little corner route. And here I'm going to actually utilize this little stemmed in route. Get that little speed burst against man coverage. Actually got a bad pass lead there. More so on me. If I would have pass led that a little bit more horizontally, probably a little bit more successful at getting that extra point. It's a good defense by my opponent. So defensively, meta wise, you're basically seeing like there's really 2-ish or 3-ish ways you can loop in this game. You certainly can. I just think the Texas 4-man stunt, the pressure just is better. It's faster when it comes in. Like it's harder to block consistently. What I've heard is that if you double team one of the defensive ends, it's pretty good for the Texas 4-man. But the thing is, it's not 100% consistent. Like it's just there's nothing that is 100% consistent against the Texas 4-man that I know of. And so that's partially why it's so good. It's also why the loop was so good last year, because the only thing that was 100% consistent was the only thing that was 100% consistent was the play action blocking. All right. Get ball here. Try out flood a little bit. That's another play that you could just call. A lot of different ways to run it. One of the easiest ones is just stem this tight end all the way up. And you can snap this ball really fast. And then that little fade on the left is so good at just breaking down coverage. Like, that's what I think is so good about Chargers. Is like, they do have a lot of good formations, but realistically, like, you only need 10, 15 plays. You run at a high level. Like, I really think that's so true. Like, for example, like this play motion cross post, like this play, I feel like you could literally call this play all game. And there's just always somebody open. Like he's in cover 3. You see this seam, it's going to be there. I don't know how I didn't get that. Some of the things that he's caught in this game. I don't know that you can necessarily flip at a high level in Madden like you could at college. I'm sure you can, but yeah, here we go for sure. So I got see like this is such a good play because it's just such a good play. Like it's so hard to stop this play right here. You could put the tight end on really anything you wanted. Like if you want to put the tight end on a drag, put him on a drag. If you want to block the tight end, block the tight end. I even think the combination of like doing a wheel and then doing like a seam streak, because the seam streak will clear out like the deep zone for the running back. It really opens up a pocket for that running back. And then really just a basic combo like this, really good, because that route right there though is just so free. Like that is such a good route. It's so hard to stop it. I don't see people stopping that. So anyway, let's see your first and goal. I think it's also a good red zone play. The one thing that could probably stop it, like I said, is a good switch stick on that left side, which is why you'd want to have something on the backside. Even a post route would make sense. Like a solo receiver on a post could be an option. But with this like tight end drag here, it's like, what do you put that solo receiver on? Probably a drag. Good defense was actually really bad by me. Hesitated to throw this wide open touchdown. Let's go to motion cross post. He's running a little man. I really like audibling to the formation, though. I got to talk about that for a second here. So you might not know this. That crosser just fried man coverage. So you might not know this, but last year, when you would audible into a formation with a cheat motion play, it would give that cheat motion play a little bit of a speed boost. It would also help significantly with like quarterback hot route animation, so you could snap the ball faster, you could get your play set up a little bit cleaner, yada yada yada, right? It's kind of the same in this game, and it's honestly kind of the same in this year's game, which is why I've even contemplated like should I not come out and bunch strong so that I can audible into it. It's kind of weird that that's what we're thinking about, but I do feel like it makes a lot of sense. Now, this motion cross post play, another thing that this play is really good at is on the red zone. You got two curls. You also have this little fade, and then we should be able to pop these curls in a soft spot in the back of the end zone. There you go, touchdown. It's another really, really good, really good way to score down there. Let's see here. Oh, yep, it is definitely tap and hold. But that's the setting they have you on. All right. Let's get another stop on defense. The other thing about Patriots playbook is it kind of has like a make believe 3-4 odd. I'll show you this. This is kind of fun defense. This is 3-4 tight, or not 3-4 tight, 4-3 tight. This is a defense that you could definitely run. The reason why it's really good is because you can you can get pretty good pressure sitting 5, sitting 4. This little blitz here, this blitz on the right, super clean. As you see, really nice 5-man, very consistent, like very consistent pressure. And you have the ability to also, even if you wanted to, you could send 4 and have a legitimate chance at getting pressure. I'll show that real quick. So I'm just going to send 4 now. And I'm pretty much zoning out the other side here. But what's nice about it is you do get the flat defender for the contain. I wish we would have played that screen a little better. But this is another one of my favorite ways to blitz. This doesn't just have to be from 4-3. Like, it's just the 4-3 tight formation gives you the alignment you want. But you could do it from 3-4 tight. You could do it from almost anything, actually. I just think this is one of the better ways to send 4 in this game. We just have to kind of watch. A little boomerang motion here. But you see there it is, 4-man screamer. Right at the A gap. But he's able to get the ball out and hit his open target. You also have 4. This is why I like Patriots playbook, though. Like, you have 3-4 odd, which I think 3-4 odd has some usage. 4-3 tight, 4-3 even 6-1. Then you have all the nickel sets I like: 2-4 load mug, single mug, dumb mug, 3-3 odd. And then you have you also have this dime 1-4-6, which this is still a good defense. So, for example, you can still definitely run a switch stick base crossfire send 4 type of defense. I just think for the general purpose of your blitz, you're probably better off in dime. You're probably better off in dime rush, or dime 2-3, or nickel single mug, any of those other defenses, just because they're going to give you a little bit better, a little bit faster pressure when they actually come in. Another great catch in traffic by my opponent. I should have just picked it. So I think overall it makes the most sense to be in. Honestly, it probably makes the most sense to be in this 2-4 single mug, in my opinion, because this is just the best. It's the best combination. You can actually run every single blitzing concept in this game from this one formation. You can run the loop, you can run the A gap, you can run the stunt. Technically, you could run the double mug variation too, but you also can audible into that. You have that in here. This is also the best double mug. 2-4 double mug is really by far the best double mug in this game. So anyway, there's just a lot of versatility in Patriots playbook. Use this guy. Good scramble. He's starting to scramble a little bit. So what I might do for a play, I'm going to send this LBS. I'm going to try this LB dog. Just sending. Crap. good play. Kind of caught me in a bad defense right there. It's a good defense, just not good for that situation. Should have been a more of a zone defense. It kind of kept him in the game with that drive defensively. Just kind of get out of my stuff. The 4-3 tie was screaming though. I actually love how that looked. That looked great. Yeah, 4-3 tight looked good. But I think honestly, and this what's crazy is like even though we're getting like send 4 instant A gap pressure, I feel like I still had more success than dime 2-3. Just simply playing my match coverage and saying, you're gonna struggle to get over the top of this. You're gonna have to shake your check down, and we're gonna also blitz you. The other thing about this playbook is they do have U trips. I don't know exactly how to incorporate U trips into my scheme because the audible takes a while. Like I'll show you real quick here. Like I actually think maybe the best way is to come out in U trips and then audible into other things. But you'll see. I mean, watch how long this audible takes. Like it takes a minute. Like he's got to run all the way over here. I mean that's some time. Then you got to set up your play. Like it's a whole little ordeal here. Go for that short corner. I'll throw a pick there. I should have totally thrown a pick. The short corner was wide open, but I did not pass it that well. All right, go corner strike. Wonder if you like wait a minute. It's like let's try this. Let's stem this guy down. Wait a little bit here, and then flip. And it's still taking forever to hot route. Got my C route. It's kind of a put away drive. I probably shouldn't be messing around as much. Also have this formation that I think is actually really underrated. You have a short corner here on the left. You also have you can do like a speed out, little backside drag. Just real simple. I really want to throw that touchdown to Kelsey, but you can't. Of course, the one time I go to my play, that's why I'm telling you just need to call your best plays, man. And your best play is this. This is the best play in the game. Motion cross post. You need to have this. Got an audible to it. It makes it 1,000 times better. Imagine if I would throw my wide open receiver. That would just be fantastic. This crossword R1 is actually frying the man coverage. Travis Kelsey just made a crazy catch. All right, 4th and 11. Obviously, you go for this, take this down. I think I'm just going to call by. I actually am going to have to take it down. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to. Let's take a look at this U-Trips audible one more time. So you see here, like, if I want to go, like, watch a wheel, corner out this guy, like, see how he has to run all the way across the field? Like, that's terrible. Although, look at that. Look at that corner not be there. His corner on the outside was literally just not with his guy. This is why you want to be audibling around. This kind of stuff happens a lot. Another thing that you have here that we haven't even gone over it yet, this playbook actually has a really good trips tight end that has one of my favorite plays that I've ever seen in a trips. This Z spot play. It has a short post on the outside guy, which we really have never had in a trips tight end formation. And you see how good it is, of course, against man coverage. The other thing you have in this trips tight end is you actually have some good run plays, and you have some just standard amazing, like quick hike type plays that you can get into. There's just a lot, man. Chargers has everything you need. It's a little bit more like it's not very gimmicky. Like there's some gimmicky plays, but it's not necessarily a lot of them. One of the coolest ones I'll show you here is this motion RPO. Did I get a penalty? Oh no, it's first and goal. Okay, perfect. Is this right here? So you can actually hot route on RPO plays now. So if he's a man, I would think that gets inside leverage and wins. It does. Perfect. But There's just some good stuff in Chargers, man. It's hard to stop this formation. It's hard to stop this playbook. This playbook has really good routes, and it also has just enough auto motion that makes it dangerous. Has great audibles. Like there's just a lot of value in this playbook. It also has like I just like this play a lot. I don't know what I'd do. Probably I feel like you gotta drag this guy on the left. But then you have this little flat. That's really a pretty good route too. Shout out to the catching traffic in this game. You literally just catch everything you throw. If you get your paws on it, you got a really good chance at coming down with it. And then now we are going to get back in that dime. Get back in that good old bend but don't break defense that got us this lead in the first place. Gave up 2 touchdowns. Feel like I played a little rough on the back end of that, but yeah, that's what's crazy is that's why I think like this Texas 4-man stuff is really good. And then when you incorporate it with the match coverage is really match coverage has never been better in Madden that I've seen it. This is by far the best I've ever seen match coverage. And yeah, you know, if you put a good stunt with it, it's pretty good. There you see there's that stunt again. Just coming through clean. It's so much better in game than it is in practice mode. In practice mode, it might come in like once every couple times. In game, it comes in pretty regularly. But yeah, just basic cover 4 quarters, Texas 4-man stunt, pass commit, spread your D line. When you know they have to pass, if they're able to run the ball, you know you don't necessarily want to pass commit, but gonna bite down there. Like I said, you catch everything you get your paws on in this game. Every single thing you get your paws on, you are going to catch in Madden 26. That is very, very, very accurate. On offense, not so sure on defense if that's the case. But yeah, I talked about Texas stunt, so I think it's the best send 4 because it's just because even when the pressure doesn't come in, it's very uncomfortable to play it. Hey, finally dropped the ball. The other thing is, like I said, I heard blocking for Texas stunt is double team a D end. What I'm understanding, I have not seen that be just amazing pass pro, but it could be. But obviously, when you double team a D end and 5-5, it really opens up the Sun 5. Like that's kind of the back and forth of a defensive scheme. There we go. I mean, this thing is just humming. It's just humming at him. He can't even throw a drag route. See how fast it like when this thing comes in, it comes in so fast. And when it disengages, I feel like it also disengages pretty fast. There we go. That's gonna bring up a 4th down. Pass commit here. I gotta watch the crosser on the left. The other thing is like you don't have to hover. Like think about that. You don't have to hover in the D. He complete that. Oh, just a bit outside. Very good. Good defense, boys. And the other thing about Chargers, this is why I think it's just a this is why Chargers is like a tournament winning offense, right? This offense will win an MCS belt this year because it's built to win. It has the most powerful routes. It also has a really good clocking formation, a really good running formation in this wing slot. Like this wing slot's so good, it didn't gain me a single yard. But it is a really good run. It really is a good run. It has stretch, it has duo, it has dive, it has the runs you need in this game, you know. And then, as you can see, we're able to get out of here with a W. Thanks for watching the video. If you're going to get any of my full offensive or defensive ebooks, they are available in our school community, and that link is in the description below.